Okay, so today we're going to talk about the team management. And last week we already mentioned that basically what we talk about Six Sigma program actually is a teamwork. It's not only one man's hero's job, right? So we have to utilize a lot of people to get together and then work with the same team and then get the same goal. So basically this actually is a team environment. So that's why we talk about team in here. So how to manage the team, how to lead the team is a quite big challenge for any kinds of quality improvement projects. And same thing, it's a Six Sigma or Lean projects, right? So in this chapter, we're going to talk about the team, what types of team we talk about, and the facilitation skill, and how to set up a team, and then some sort of time management, how to evaluate and reward the team. And then so also we talk about some of the tools we can utilize during this team setup. So that's basically we talk about management and planning too. Then we also talk about some of the basic problem solving methodologies. So we have some idea for the PDCA, PDSA circle. So those kind of the methods we can utilize in here, right? And then also for some of the decision making tools, so some of the evaluation tools we can introduce in this case. So with this training, so we can understand how to manage the team, and also we will have some idea when we face some of the situation. So what kind of methods or tools we can utilize, right? Now we start the trainings. So let me close this and make it bigger. So of course, the team, right? So basically, as a team, we have some of the structures to set up a team, and also we have the purpose for the teams, and also we have some membership of the teams, right? So basically, as a foundation of the team, so any team should have a goal, right? So that means some sort of purpose of objectives of the goal. So these actually bring the whole team together. Without the goal, without this kind of planning, so then it's hardly to form a team. So that's why we're supposed to have a reasons to work together. Right? Basically, that's what. And then we have the leadership and the relationship among those peoples working in the same teams. Basically, we have a team leaders and the team members, right? They have some sort of relationship among them. And then they all committed to the same value. Right? So this basically we talk about is the team value. They committed to the team value. So not only the team leaders have to committed to this, and all the team members. And then this team value also have to show out, right, to the others, right, outside of the team, so that the people recognize this is the teams, then we work together and support them. So basically, also the teams need a lot of support. So they need the support from the management, they need the support from the employee, and need the support from other parties, right? So management support is very important to the team. So basically, what we talk about in these chapters, right? So the most important support from the team actually from the management, and we have some trainings last week. We mentioned that the most important support is from the middle management, right? Because they are controlling the resource. We already have this kind of conversation last week. So for the management support, of course, management support sometimes not necessarily give you the physical support, right? They usually give you some sort of empowerments, authorities, and sometimes they might give you some of the strategies like business, sharing you the business results, giving the people some sort of mission or the task, or some sort of give you the physical resource. Like for example, the middle management, they will give you the physical resource to support you. But still, the most important for them is to provide you the directions and some other necessary support. So that is important for the team. So, and we keep mentioning in this case, when we're going to set up a team, when we're going to conduct the teams, always you need to get the support, right? Without these supports, it's very easy to fail, right? Now we talk about the types of the team. So in these books, of course, we cover a lot of different types. And of course, sometimes it's just the name, but they have some meanings. And in this book, we talk about some of the Six Sigma team, definitely, because this book is for Six Sigma background training. So we can form a Six Sigma team. So for sure, this team is for the Six Sigma projects, right? Of course, depends on the scale of the project. The Six Sigma team can be a big one, or can be a small one. Right? It depends on how deep or how big is the scope of the projects. And you can also name it as the improvement team. So basically, this is quite general. So any kinds of quality improvement or performance improvement you can name it as improvement teams. And this is also, you can have some sort of a specific target for this improvement team. For example, I just want to improve some of the delivery performance. And this improvement team is going to target this delivery performance, just-in-time delivery, for example. Right? So also that means you can, depends on the scale on the projects, right? So the team size can be different. Okay? Then also we can use some sort of process improvement team, so you just focus on some of the specific process. For example, if the finance department, they want to improve the efficiency of the account receivable, right? So then we can use this process improvement team targeting for this process, like how fast you can collect the money back and so on and so on, right? And also we can have some of the project team, some of the case, right? Task force, the ad hoc team. So these cases means that they will based on their experience, right? Get the people based on their experience and maybe their responsibility area. We get those people on board and then try to solve some of the problem. And then maybe you can host a project, or using the projects to guide the teams. So in this case, we can also name it as a project team. So again, in this case, of course, depends on what kind of project you're going to go for, right? It may be big team, it may be small team. Some of the case, like we call about ad hoc team, and a lot of people ask what's that mean, the ad hoc team. And it's basically like some sort of the people from different departments. In the mornings, and we work together in the hallway, right? So we talk about some of the issues. So we talk about this case. So that's why we are not like a formal setup team, but the people from different area, from different responsibility area, and to join together, talk about some of the topics, and then get some solution right away. So in this case, we can all call this one some sort of ad hoc team. Right? It's less formal than those real projects team or Six Sigma team. Cellular teams is basically some sort of natural work teams, right? For example, they're working for some of the like for example, we call about the manufacturing area. There's a cell, right? Work cell. So the people working in the same work cell, and then they will form together, right? We're creating this team to go for some sort of improvement or correction or something. So in this case, we can call it a cellular team. So basically, this team is for the very local area, like local department, local area, and then focus on some of the local problem. And then usually this team can lead by those functional area supervisor or managers, right? And usually they can self-direct their effort to achieve something. Right? It doesn't necessarily get the authority from the top, right? So they probably have their own way to do the business, right? Try to do the self-improvement. Same thing as this one, the self-direct team, right? So self-direct team means that they can work together, right? Creating the teams by themselves, and they can direct their own direction. They don't need to get the authorities or the direction from the above, or from the management or other people outside of the team. So that basically is something that like they can self-direct, they can self-control their own activities, right? Cross-functional team is a very popular name, right? I'm for sure that you can hear a lot of this name. Go ahead. Yes, the cellular team is focused on, it's more related to their physical location. Physical location. For example, we have a work cell. This work cell is for the welding department, right? So this welding department as a work cell, the people will try to improve their own performance. So we focus on this location, right? But the self-direct team, basically you can go everywhere, right? It doesn't necessary for certain point or certain area. Any team they can self-direct, that means they don't need to listen to other people. They don't need to get the authority from the top, and they can make their own decision all the time. And then we can consider it as a self-direct team. So that's a slightly different, right? Just for different classification. And the cross-functional team, I'm sure that you heard this name a lot, right? In some of the job interview and some of the job description that you can set up a cross-functional team and lead the cross-functional team. So basically, this they talk about you got to lead the people from different functional area. For example, the departments, right? So holding this team to achieve something. For sure that in this case, most of the cross-functional team is created to target some of the bigger projects, right? The more complex projects. So of course, then we need a lot of expertise from different departments and work together. So some of the time you can also say that the Six Sigma is a cross-functional team because it's not only related to one department most of the time, right? So they could also use this cross-functional team. Before we have a Six Sigma team or the quality improvement team or whatever, most of the time the people will refer to this cross-functional team as some sort of quality improvement projects and Kaizen event or something. So that's basically you can consider as a cross-functional team. So of course, for the cross-functional team, because the people from different departments, right, from different area, so there's a lot of coordination effort you should put into this team. Right? As a team leader, and most of the time, you're going to balance these activities and coordinate all people's effort. And most of the time, the leaders of this team usually is not their direct manager or direct supervisors. So that's why it causes a lot of difficulty or challenge for the people to lead the cross-functional team. And most of the time, the cross-functional teams lead by the superior, like for example, the managers above or the supervisors above. Right? So that can oversee the whole projects for different functional areas. And natural work team. So something you can also call this natural work teams organization. So that's basically that means the people and the team members select from the natural work flow, right? So basically the whole the same process, and the people work on the same assembly line, or even though you can call it before we talk about the same department and the same same work set, right? So we call this a natural work team. So the benefit for this natural work team is they already work together before, right? Because the work itself, they force them to work together. And that's why it can cause a little bit, it can contribute a lot more efficiencies to the teamwork because they already work together, so it's less coordination or less authority they should get. Okay? And then the purpose for this natural work team is because they already worked together as a team before, and then it can easier to contribute a lot of ideas and then more efficient to get more value from this teamwork. Right? So that's why here's the natural work teams. The natural work team is